Hi everyone, it's Wanda with the Armchair Cat Advocate. Um, I wanted to talk to everyone because, this channel is based, and Dawn and I very strongly believe that it needs to continue to be based in reality and fact and honesty and transparency and reality and what is going on with people's lives. We're not asking people to share their personal stories if they don't want to share. We're not asking that. We're not making that a condition of being on the channel. We just want this to be a safe place for people to express themselves if they need, if they need to. So I'm coming on here and I thought I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a live or if I wanted to just video something, and I've chosen just to video something because I'm kind of emotional right now, and I really don't I just don't think that I can deal with chat. I could turn chat off, but this is a community issue, so I think the community should be able to chime in. But I just wanted everyone to know what's happening, and I have a couple of things in play right now and I'm on here, and I wanted to talk honestly and openly to everyone because I think a lot of people can relate, and especially now with the way the world is and our economy is and how hard everything is for people to survive. And also I want to talk about mental health. And I know that we talk about mental health, a lot. But I want to just talk about that a little bit too. So here's the issue. So my friend came over with her husband and tried to jump start the car. Car won't start, won't turn over. Got a little bit click click click, and then it just wouldn't turn over. Now my friend's husband, yeah, it's not that kind of friendship. My friend's husband, who isn't a car guy, he was kind of like, it might be a starter, and my friend's like, no, I don't think so. And I said, I don't either. I don't think it is. Because here's the thing, I looked up online. The battery was replaced in 21, but the battery isn't a great battery. The battery that I had before was an interstate. I don't know how you, but it was a really good quality battery. This battery that we got was basically, AutoZone special. So that's number one. Number two, it's been sitting for about, I don't know, a month, 2 months. And it's my fault. It's my fault. I'm kicking myself. I'm mad at myself. One thing you should know about me is I am in many ways a perfectionist. And I also, with the PTSD and the anxiety, it's really hard for me not to be in control. So when things go sideways, it really messes with my mental health. And things are going sideways right now, guys. So I've been trying to get this freaking car. This is my frustration. I've been trying to get funding to get this car repaired for over a year now. The organization that I've been trying to get the funding from has been screwing me around for over a year. I'm done with them. I've just made the decision today. I'm going to send an email to the coach and say, don't even bother meeting me. I'm done. You guys haven't done shit for me. And I've done everything. I've done everything on my end. I've crossed all the T's. I've dotted all the I's. I've done everything that they've wanted me to do. and they did nothing. And I'm even questioning, where is all the funding going that you're supposed to be getting for these programs that are supposed to help people? So I'm done with them. I'm going to go, there's another organization I'm going to try. They didn't even, I mean, they've dropped the ball so many times because they were supposed to send in referrals and sign paperwork. I can't do it. It can't come from me. And see, this is the thing that bothers me. And I mean, I'm going to say, be honest, it still bothers me that that person who I thought was a friend made, I'm not even really, the remark that was made about Jack and the possum was bad enough. But that little extra dig, just that little extra dig about the car, well, of course she didn't do anything about the car. That really made me angry. Because I'm standing here. I'm on disability. I don't like being on disability. I don't want to be on disability. I don't like having to be at the mercy of government funding. I don't. That was never my plan. You know, I didn't grow up thinking, oh, you know, I'll be I'll just suck off the system when I get older. I never thought that. I had, that's why I went to university. Because I wanted to do something spectacular in the world. And it didn't work out that way. And that's the hard truth and hard fact of life, is that it doesn't matter how many plans you have and how well prepared you think you are. It only takes one nail on the road for you to drive over. I mean, you could be on the Autobahn in a fancy sports car and going 100 miles an hour, and life is good, and you have the hood, not the hood, you have the top down, and you have the wind in your hair, and everything, life is great, and you could hit that nail, blow out your tire, and everything ends. And that's how life is. You can be speeding down, you can be speeding through life, and everything's good, and then that one little thing is going to get you. And that's what happened. I'm not going to go into what happened because it's long and involved and complicated. That's a story for another day. But one little thing happened, and it spiraled to another thing, a bigger thing, and a bigger thing, and a bigger thing, until here I am. And I know I'm not alone. That's the thing. I know I am not the only person that this has happened to, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying right now. But right now I'm struggling. I'm struggling. And I'm at a loss. So now the car isn't starting at all. It's not even I can't even drive it anywhere. I didn't renew my AAA last month because I didn't know what was going on with the car, thing number one. And number two, I needed the money for cat food. And, just let me say this one thing and get it out of my system. That other person on that other channel has no idea, has no comprehension of how much damage she caused. How much damage. It wasn't just damage to this channel. This channel's been set back at least a month. Because I was looking at the analytics and I'm thinking, why, within the last, it says within the last 28 days. Within the last 28 days, we had over 800 hours of watch time. I'm like, why are we not up to 3,000? Right? We should be very close to being monetized at this point, but we're not. And I realized the reason that we're not is because I had to close off comments for a month, about a month, maybe a month and a half. Before that, I had to private everything to keep the channel safe because I didn't want it to get taken down altogether by Jerry the troll. Because I knew exactly what she was doing, and that scared me. So, Jerry, you little psychopath, I hope that, floats your boat. I hope you're getting off on that fact, knowing that, you did mess up somebody's channel. What? For nothing. for nothing. You messed up Dawn's progress with Grayson for nothing. The reason I'm upset about the car is that I know it's my fault. I know I'm taking responsibility. I know it's my fault because I didn't continue to start it. And you know why I didn't continue to start that battery, which the battery wouldn't be dead now if I had continued to start the car. And I was actually like driving it, like I would take it out at night and drive it some back roads just to, where I had very little possibility of being stopped. And I stopped doing that because of my mental health. Because what even my therapist doesn't know, that I'm telling all of you right now, is my mental health really took a dive during that time. Because I worked so hard on that channel. I worked so hard on everything else. I'm trying so hard to get out of a situation that's bad for me. It's bad for the cats. I just had my upstairs neighbor who's a POS as well, and who should have been evicted a long time ago, along with Mrs. Sanford. I was outside talking with my other neighbor who I like. Him and I get along fine. And POS comes by and says, "You better come up here and take care of your cat made a mess." I'm like, you know what? F you. My cat didn't do anything. Because guess what? My cat is in the apartment right now. So I don't know what cat did that, but it's not my cat. Because I didn't tell you, all my cats are in here right now. Everybody. Rogue, Tora, or no, Tora's not in. We'll talk about Tora in a minute. Rogue, Fury, Masu, Nif, and Zuki, and Abra. Abra's in here too right now. Abra came in last night. Abra was waiting at the bottom of the stairs last night. I had to chase Jack down and bring her up because she wanted. She's been in. So she's coming in for a couple of days to rest, I guess, because she's been out so much lately. But Tora's gone. I don't know where Tora is right now. That terrifies me. And the reason it terrifies me is Abra, I know Abra's pattern. Abra's pattern is, I'll go out, I'll jaunt around the neighborhood for a day or two, and then maybe I'll come back. Or I'll come back, I'll eat, and then I'll go back out. That's Abra's pattern. It's still worrisome to me, especially now since the Pitbull dude is over here. And there's other people that, this community has gone to shit, and I'll be very honest about that. I see a lot of sketchy things going on that are concerning. So Tora went out this will be day 2 if he doesn't show up tonight. I don't know where he is. It's not like him. That is not like him. Tora is always around. If he'll come up and he'll lay on that little old desk thing out there if he can't get in. He won't go past Jack, but he'll come up and he'll lay there because he knows Jack won't. I don't know. I don't know if Jack maybe isn't strong enough to jump, because Jack doesn't seem to. I don't know if Jack's just one of those cats that, according to Jackson Galaxy, there's I forget what he called them. Like, he called them, I think, bush cats and tree. I don't know. He said, but there's like tree dwellers, bush dwellers, and cats prefer, some cats prefer to be up high. They like to climb. Other cats like to hide, in boxes and things like that. And then there's ones that are kind of in between. So Jack's really not, at this point anyway, I don't see him having any inclination to jumping up on things. So, I don't know where he is. I don't know where Tora is. And I'm worried. Because I don't trust that guy wouldn't do something if he... And Tora has those bad paws. And Tora's a more submissive cat. So I'm worried about it. And this is the kind of thing that... And Dawn will tell you the same thing. We agonize over these animals. We agonize. And for people to say that we don't care, Rather, it's a content creator with a bigger channel that's spewing a bunch of toxicity about us and lies and downright slander in Dawn's case. Or it's someone that we thought was a friend and was on our side and was team advocate saying these things. It's hurtful. We already have enough stress. We don't need any more. You know, and I'm on here because the reality situation is if I don't have a car, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't. That means I'm going to have to go back to riding the bus. I can't deal with the bus anymore. My anxiety's too bad. I can't deal with it. I mean, you know, I'm at the stage now, and it's like, this is the frustration, and Dawn will tell you the same thing. It's like we get one problem fixed, when she was talking about Grayson. You know, you're constantly putting out fires. You're constantly, and she's absolutely right. It's a constant, you know, it's like, I live in Pennsylvania. We have, those of you who have heard of Centralia. So Centralia was a mining town that there was a underground fire started. And I forget how it was, but the feds or somebody tried to put it out, but they just made it worse, and so the whole thing's basically a ghost town. If you watch, oh God, what is that? There was a horror show, a horror movie that was based on it, and the horror movie was, I can't think what it's called. Maybe one of you knows who I'm talking about, but you know, it's basically hell on earth. I think there's only maybe 2 people that still live there or something. But this is what we constantly do. We're constantly putting out fires. We live under stress constantly. I can imagine my cortisol levels are through the roof. I really want my doctor to test my cortisol levels because I think they're through the roof. Cortisol is what is the stress hormone. It's I don't know if it's a factor in PTSD. I can't remember from my trauma trainings, but it has something to do with trauma as well. But it's hard, it's hard. And then, you have this thing where, like Dawn said, it's like we don't want to come across as grifters or scam artists or people that are trying to come on here and shed some tears so that people donate money. That's not what this is about. It's about fact and reality and how hard it is. Because now I have live traps, but I don't have a freaking vehicle that I can transport the cats in. Moosh needs to get done. It's not easy being poor. It's not easy being disabled. And for those of you who think it is, you have something else coming to you. I just hope you never get in this situation. Or, no, I hope you do get in this situation temporarily, just enough, in this situation for like a month, just to see how hard it is. And then multiply that by years that some of us live in this kind of situation. I don't know what else I can be doing. I'm doing everything I can. I talk to my therapist about this all the time. We check the boxes. There's nothing else I can do. I fill out the paperwork. I talk to these people. I talk to providers. I talk to services. I'm looking at every option possible. I'm looking at starting a business, doing an LLC. But the fact of the matter is, I don't see how any of that's going to be possible if I don't have a vehicle. And I'm now, the reality is, when the car didn't start, I knew the day was going to come. And I'm just hoping that this isn't the day. I'm hoping that it's something that's fixable. Because if I can't, I don't know how I'm going to get one. I was just talking to my friend. I was talking to my friend, the one who took me to lunch. And she's like, she said, we're not in the position right now to get another vehicle, because if they could, they would give me their oldest vehicle. So that's not even an option right now. It's not like I can even get a donated car from a friend, because she's struggling too. I just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously the channel will continue. I don't need a car for the channel to continue, but I do need a vehicle. And it's becoming, for a while I was able to kind of float by without it. I mean, and I never like drove a lot, especially when 2020 hit and everything kind of, stopped. And then 2021 and even into 2022, things basically stopped. And, I mean, I drove the car. I would go out at night just to keep it up. But then when all this happened with the other channel, my mental health was already iffy because of my housing situation and other stuff going on, and then her coming and saying, oh, you can come move here, and thinking that was a solution, and then realizing quickly that isn't a solution. And then right after that, then it's like, you did it. And all the people coming over here, people unsubscribing, people thinking the worst of us. Some of you are back here now. We're glad that you're back. I mean, we're not holding it against you, because, I mean, as I said, there's a lot of people on the internet that grift. There is a lot. YouTube, and I see going forward, they're going to have to address this at some point, because it seems like every time I go on YouTube to watch something, I see another content creator doing a video about a problematic content creator that is basically scamming people, and they get money. There was one person that got like $15,000. I mean, no, they wanted $15,000. They're already up to $5,000. I mean, we see it with the other content creator. Those of you who have come over here that have said, yeah, now the reason that I left is because I can't figure it out. That's bothering me. That's quite, other things I can explain, but I can't explain that. I can't explain. Why do you have two GoFundMes that contradict each other? And you're still asking for money. You have a good job. And there's an even better job apparently waiting in Minnesota for that person, which I think is what's going to happen. I think they're waiting for November, and then the money's going to be pulled out, and boom, they're going to be gone. That's what I think is going to happen. Maybe not, but that's what I think is going to happen. Because apparently, from what I was told, because that was the goal, when I was going to move in with that person, the goal was within a year to get back to Minnesota, because they had a high-paying job with an office waiting for them in Minnesota from her old company. The one that, essentially fired her because she didn't want to leave her cats alone while she was up for reconsideration of her sentence or something. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be, I'm not coming on here begging for money for a car. I'm not coming on here for that. That's not my intent. My intent is just to come on here and just be real about this situation, and let people know this is part of it. I can get food and everything ordered and sent to my home, but what if the cat does need to go to the vet? What if they need to go? I can't even take Jack to the rescue right now. That's what this other person, who I thought was a friend, saying things like, you ain't doing anything. No, because my hands are tied right now, because I'm struggling. And this person who has mental health issues themselves and who has said themselves that, when they're going through a bout of depression, they can't even get out of bed. So they should understand what it's like. I can tell you right now, Rogue knows. My therapist has no idea how bad everything is right now. She knows, I don't tell her everything, obviously. I mean, I tell her a lot, but I don't think she understands exactly how bad it is right now for me. But he knows. He knows. You saw him yesterday. He was doing that again today. He was up on my shoulder and we were doing cuddles. Because he knows. He knows, he knows. Mama's not doing well. And I think it should be talked about. Why shouldn't it be talked about? I mean, if I had diabetes or cancer or anything else like that, and I was having a bad day, would anybody hold that against me? No. So why should it be held against me if my mental health is bad? Why is it okay for that channel, that other content creator, and I don't know what they're doing because I've walked away from it, but at one point they were making fun of my mental health issues. I don't think it's funny. I don't think any of this is funny. It's not funny. Because I don't know what's going to happen. And it's easy when you're somebody that's standing there with all the resources in the world. And this person was even telling me, oh, if I was in Minnesota, everything would be bing, bang, boom, taken care of. My house would be fixed. My furnace would be fixed. Everything would be fixed. I want to get back there. I have a good job waiting, blah, blah, blah. I don't have that. I can't even move to another state and have that. If I had moved to another state, I wouldn't have the little bit that I have here. I wouldn't have my friend that came over today special to try to start the car, who offered to, if I had to get a mechanic out or something, offered to pay for the whatever the bill is. Well, not, within reason. She's not going to be able to pay thousands, obviously. I mean, we're talking more like $100 or something. But that's not her responsibility. Yes, she's my friend and I love her and we're like family, but that's still not her responsibility. It's my responsibility. Just like it's not anybody's responsibility to fix somebody's furnace or anything. I mean, if they want to help with that, that's fine, but they shouldn't feel obligated. It shouldn't be that every time there's a problem, somebody comes on here and goes, oh, boo-hoo, I need help. That's not my intent. At all. I'm just putting it out there. I'm putting it out there to the universe. Because you never know. You never know. I mean, I know people that someone in their church was like, oh yeah, I had a relative that passed and got a car and, who knows? Who knows what's out there? You have to speak it. You have to speak it into being. You have to speak it. You have to speak it to the universe. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm speaking to the universe and hoping hoping everything will work out. And I do appreciate this channel so much. I really do. I appreciate the people so much. I have people making comments like, we love this channel. We love your cats. We love Dawn's cats. We love Dawn. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you like what you're seeing and you're watching and you're trying to help us get these watch hours up. You're trying to help us help the cats. And see, it's not about, the thing is that, yeah, we can do GoFundMes and we can do this and we can do that and we can do PayPal, but that's not sustainable. That's the problem with nonprofits. Sustainability. That's why I decided not. I mean, if Dawn goes ahead and does that, I wish her all. I mean, you guys know I have her back. I will help her any way I can. But I'm involved with a nonprofit right now. I'm on the board, and they're having changes. The executive director, who is also the founder, she's going to have to step down because of medical issues, and we don't know what's going to happen. And we had, I don't know how many within the last 2 months or so. We've had, I don't know, like 3 board members leave, and they left because of life things, not because that they didn't like us or they didn't like the organization. And and like the one just had a baby. Him and his wife had a baby, their first baby. And he already said, I'm not going to have the capacity to do all this when I have a newborn at home. So it's not sustainable. It's not. There needs to be, it needs to be a business, there needs to be a business so it's sustainable. I don't want to have to chase grants and fund it. I see what people could go through. I don't want to do it. I don't want to beg. I don't want to beg for money. I want to be able to earn my own and take care of myself. I'm always, trying to be as independent as possible. And this is killing me right now. I mean, literally. Oh, sorry, YouTube. Unaliving me right now. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix this. And it's all my frickin' fault because I didn't continue to start that stupid car. So now I have probably a dead battery. I don't have any money to get a battery. I don't have any money to have... I can't even get the car towed. So I'm just going to have to hope that I can get the help that I need. Because I was really hoping... I was like, okay, let's get the car started, because I'm starting to think, yeah, you know what? Things are starting to pop now. I'm going to need this. And the anxiety. See, this is the thing people don't understand about anxiety. We catastrophize things. And because we catastrophize things, we get into avoidance. I mean, what should have happened is, I should have just, said, okay, tell me what's wrong with the car. But I don't want to hear it because I'm afraid of what am I going to hear. I have a real issue with avoidance, and that comes from an issue with lack of control, and that comes from the PTSD and the trauma. It's just like, I'm worried sick about Tor right now. Because I just keep thinking, did that guy do something to him? Did that, my neighbor, now, because this guy's always been a problem too. But I have control over this guy because I can go to the landlord and say, look, he's harassing me. I don't have any control over this POS. So, it's really difficult. And I know I'm not the only one. And I don't want to be on here acting like I'm the only one, because I'm not. And I'm not begging for money. Oh, and by the way, PayPal. PayPal's all messed up. Even if anyone tried to donate to PayPal, they couldn't for the last few days because my account was locked down. You want to know why my account was locked down, everybody? Get this. So I went on, I tried to call. They weren't in the office, so I went online, and their stupid little AI bot said, oh, you file a resolution. I'm like, okay, I'll file so I filed a resolution complaint or whatever. And they, they gave options, like, well, none of these options fit. So I picked the one that was closest, which was like, I don't know, unauthorized hold of funds or something. I don't know what it was called. So I clicked that, and they said, oh, we're going to review this. Well, next thing I get an email saying, we saw suspicious activity in your account, and now we have to lock it down. You can't access your account. You won't be able to get or receive or spend money. I'm like, what in the... So I go on, and then it goes on to tell me, we need all this identification. We need your driver's license. We need this and that. And I'm like, what? No, you're not getting any of that. Because guess what? You're a bunch of scam artists, too. So I got on and I told the rep, I said, look, here's the deal. I said, either you make this right. I said, or I'm going to my PA Attorney General's office, filing a complaint, which I may do anyway at this point. And I told him again, I said, I can't access this money. I'm not a business. So I was told again, well, now I'm supposed to tell the person who donated the money that they have to, like, release the hold. I'm like, why do they have to release the hold? Why are you putting on the... No, you need to have and I said it needs to be very clear cut. If I don't have a business, I shouldn't have an option to have money sent to me as a business. If I don't have a tax ID, if I don't have any of that stuff, if I'm just, a person with an account, which is all this is, it's a YouTube channel. It's my account. It's my personal account, but I have the channel's name listed. I'm doing everything through the Armchair Cat Advocate like it would be a business, but it's technically not a business. I'm doing that for a reason, because I don't want people donating to Wanda Miller, even though you are, because I am the Armchair Cat Advocate, but it's the channel. And before Dawn had her PayPal up, if you donated through the channel, you could specify where you want those funds to go, and those funds definitely got to her, and she has the receipts to show it. So I'm not happy with PayPal. So I'm going to have to look for something else. And hope that I can get something with this car. I mean, there is a guy behind me that's a mechanic, and I'm like, should I ask? Shouldn't I ask? Because I don't have money. And I have to, go over there with my tail between my legs and I don't have any money. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't understand people that beg. I don't get it. I mean, unless you are so desperate. If Rogue was injured and I had no other option, I would beg. But in a normal circumstance, I don't want to do it. I don't like asking people for anything. Even if they want to give it to me, I still don't feel right taking it. Because I feel like I should be able to do this. I'm a grown woman. I should be able to do this. I should be able to take care of it. Again, I can't deal with that lack of control. Even though I know, that people don't think less of me if I get help, I still feel bad about it. But that's me. That's my problem. That's my issue I have to work on. So that's kind of where everything is right now. So Tor's missing. My mental health is in the crapper. I'm just like an emotional, weepy woman today. My car won't start. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get another one. Well, I know I won't. That's the thing. If this car doesn't start, there's no way I can't afford another one. I can't. I don't have the money for it. I don't have the credit for it. I just can't. And if I don't have the car, that's going to limit me where I can move to. I'm already limited because I have the cats. I can't let them go. I won't let them go. I did that once. For those of you who don't know, because a lot of you weren't here back when because Kim and I and Dawn and we had another person that we did presentations for UC Davis and for Maddie's Fund, which are animal welfare organizations. And we told our story about being homeless with pets. Well, Kim's story was less than 5 minutes because she was like, yeah, I was homeless, but I had money. I was able to get into a motel, and I had my cats with me. I didn't have to lose anything. The rest of us didn't fare so well. I lost all mine. I lost my dogs. I had to surrender my dogs. Worst damn thing I ever had to do. You know? Even my mother passing in a nursing home, as horrible as that was, it didn't leave a lingering trauma like those dogs. It doesn't mean I didn't I love my mother. My mother was a wonderful person. I loved her with all my heart, still do. I still miss her. But I knew where she was. I knew I could see her. I don't know. I saw my dogs. I walked away from them. That was the end of it. Never saw them again. Don't know whatever happened to them. Don't know if they were okay. If they got into and I had people, they adopt people. They adopt the animals out and they adopt them to good people, la, la, la. And it's like, you don't know what anybody's capable of. You don't. I learned that people that we trust the most sometimes are the worst. There are so many people out there that are predatory. There are. And people get caught up in it. We saw it happen. We saw it happen in real time on this channel. We saw the drama. We saw the pain, the suffering. We saw the collateral damage. There are people that still email me that are still, they had nothing to, they just watched it. But it was traumatizing and triggering to them just because they watched it. So, I don't know. I don't know whatever happened to them. I don't even have pictures of them. I lost all my pictures. I lost a lot. I practically had to rebuild. So when I'm telling that other person that if I have to rebuild this channel, I'll do it. I rebuilt before I can do it again. I was 100% honest about that. That was not bravado. That was real. Just as real as what's happened. It's as real as what's coming out of my eyes right now. But I can't let these cats go. I can't. And that's, it's kind of like you have those building blocks, and a car is one of them. I even had somebody from a program, one of the programs that I was working with, even say to me, Wanda, you need to have a car, If you're going to do this stuff, you got to have a car. I'm like, I know. The problem is, where do I get the money for the down payment? Where do I get the money for the continuing payments? I don't know. I'll work through it. I always do. But it's not easy. And for those of you who are in similar situations, I know you are struggling the same. I know this. You're probably doing a lot of that too. You might not do it when people see you. You might do it behind closed doors or at night before you fall asleep. But I know, you're struggling too, and I have the utmost empathy for you. So, I think I'm going to end it there because there's really nothing more that I can say. This is kind of the update. Jack's still poopy. It doesn't look quite as bad today. I mean, his little his puppy pad was not quite as bad, and I'm going to take some food down to them. Well, it's before it gets too dark because it's Friday night and I don't, there's weirdness going on. And then that freaking Aldi's delivery. I had Aldi's delivered last night. I had Instacart. I have Instacart. Luckily, I got Instacart for I got this special deal, $20 for the year to try it, and then it renews at the regular. So I have Instacart. Basically, that's 2 deliveries. That's, how I can afford that. Otherwise, I would not be putting out $100 for Instacart. And it was with tip and everything, it was like $17. But I don't have a car right now. Doing the bus thing, it's gonna be hard to get people to people are busy. I don't have time to just drop everything and take me to the store. So I ordered 2 chocolate bars. Not that I need it, but I ordered 2 chocolate bars. And she didn't put them in the bag. I was charged for them, but they weren't in the bags. And I'm like, I need chocolate. I need chocolate. Now, my friend did get me half of a red velvet cake for Wednesday we went out to lunch for my birthday, belated birthday. But she did get me that, so I didn't eat the whole. I still have it, and I ate like half of it last night. So probably eat the rest of it tonight. And I do have some cake mix in there from the food pantry, so I can do that. And I have grapes and I have yogurt and stuff like that, so I have things, but I really wanted chocolate. So, I guess I'm going to just end it there, and I will see you everyone in the next one, and yeah, take care of yourselves, okay? Stay safe, and take care of your mental health, because man, when it goes south, it really goes south, trust me. Thank you all for being part of this amazing community. I mean, the amount of love and support. I mean, I don't know every YouTuber says that, right? That's like standard. It's like, it means so much to me. You have no how much it means to me. It means so much to me to have you here. Well, you know what? With Dawn and I, we sincerely do appreciate everybody. I can't say, I think the word love is overused, because you really need to know people to love them. But I think having a deep appreciation and respect, we can definitely say that. I mean, we love having you all around. And we do appreciate you. And we do have gratitude for you and everything that you guys have been doing. I mean, so many of you have stepped up and helped. You've helped her, you've helped me. I'm really glad that you helped her. I mean, because she has way more cats than I do. I mean, I have my struggles, but she has struggles above and beyond just the cats. I mean, just where she lives, it's hard. You just imagine being in that position. It doesn't matter. You can look at it either way. I mean, if you are a conservative person, imagine being in an incredibly liberal area. If you are a liberal person, imagine being in an incredibly conservative area. Just imagine being the person that is the odd one out in any situation, and you'll get it. You'll get what she's going through. It's a human experience. It doesn't necessarily have to be black and white, conservative, liberal. It can apply to anybody that's ever felt the outcast or the outsider. So with all that, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for watching. And, again, I'm going to reiterate, take care of yourselves, stay safe, take care of your mental health. And until next time, goodbye for meow.